Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Fallout. Just Fallout, not Fallout anything today, not even really Fallout 1, because I suppose Fallout 1 wasn't Fallout 1, there was a Fallout 2, and there wasn't a Fallout 2, and there was a Fallout 1, there was just Fallout. This is where it all began, the very, very original Fallout. And let me tell you about my history with this game, because I have a slightly confusing history of this game, where I seem to have developed a case of amnesia, which is... I know that the original Fallout was installed on a computer that I had many, many years ago. And I do mean many, many years ago. Because yeah, you can see down there, 1997. This game is 20 years old this year. It is like the 20th anniversary of Fallout coming into existence. Remarkable. It's a very, very long time indeed. I know this game was installed on a computer that I used to have many, many years ago. But I can't remember ever playing it. But I was the only person that played computer games on that computer. So I must have been the person to like buy and install it. But I can't remember ever playing it. I don't know if maybe I got a trial disc from somewhere or something. I genuinely don't know. So basically, my knowledge of this is pretty much non-existent. I've done a little reading up on it, because I know it's very, very different. I don't want to go in knowing literally nothing, because, well, it's kind of notorious these days for people who kind of go back to it having only played from, like, Fallout 3 onwards, which is really when I got into the series. I kind of got into it properly around Fallout 3 and then properly fell in love with it in Fallout New Vegas, then kind of went back and did a lot more 3 after that point, and I adore 4 these days. But really, like, as a result, like, people who generally came in at that stage and go back, they struggle with the controls, because the controls are a little bit fiddly if you're not used to games of this era. So, I've looked up that, I'm at least partially prepared in that regard. This is the PC version, this is the Steam version, and I've installed a mod called Fallout Fixed, because Fallout these days, it has some problems. A few actual kind of bugs that this mod fixes, but more importantly, it sorts out the resolution, because this game used to run at very, very small resolutions. The mod I've installed allows me to run it at modern resolutions. I know right now it's got like these kind of like borders, those will go away when the actual game begins. This mod basically allows it to run in a proper YouTube-friendly widescreen format, which is lovely. You may have noticed that it's running in 720p, not 1080p. That's because the text doesn't scale up properly, so if I put it into 1080p, those things look a little bit more crisp in the actual game. The text is so tiny, I can barely read it, and you definitely won't be able to once YouTube compresses the quality down a little bit. So I think 720p is probably the best compromise there, in terms of widescreen, a little bit prettier than it used to be, but still the text is readable. But you know what, let's get started, shall we? I hope you are as excited as I am to join me on exploring the very original Fallout where all of this began. Hope those of you who played this before are going to enjoy revisiting it. I hope those of you who have never seen this before will enjoy a brand new Fallout adventure. And hope those of you who know what you're doing will possibly help out in the comments, because I'm probably going to need it, because games of this period were notoriously difficult and brutal. You know what, we've got it easy these days. Let's kick off. So first off, we have to create a character. Now, slight problem here. I don't know how to create a good character in the original Fallout. So, here's my plan. I haven't gone and read guides on how to build characters. I feel like that would be very, very cheating. It would take away from the fact this is my first experience. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, future man sci-fi space knowledge and apply it backwards. Which is, if I assume the most important special stats in Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Fallout 4 can probably be transferred backwards to here, that will probably work out just fine. Though hopefully the text might give me a bit of descriptive anyway. So strength obviously still does, hit points. Ooh! Strength is now hit points. I was about to say, that used to be endurance. No, it used to be strength, John. It became endurance later, because my nostalgia's working backwards right now. Melee damage and carry weight, fine. That's pretty normal. Yeah, okay. So, actually, does endurance affect my... Oh, endurance also affects hit points. They both affect hit points. Okay, that's interesting. Well, let's put strength down a bit, because it feels like, each point of strength is only worth 1 hit point, whereas each point of endurance is worth more. So we'll start with that a little bit down. Now, most important stat in Fallout 3 was always intelligence. So, knowledge, wisdom, ability to think quickly. High intelligence is important for any character. Modifies number of new skill points per level. Dialogue options. Ooh, dialogue options. Okay, that part lives in intelligence back in these days. Alright, fine. So that probably ought to go, pretty much straight up immediately. And that impacts the doctor, first aid. Ooh, doctor and first aid are different things. Okay, fine. Science, repair a little bit, and outdoorsman. I guess that's primitive survival back in these days. Let's get that up towards 9 pretty quickly. So intelligence was always really, really important. Meanwhile, over in Fallout 4, agility was the most important. Coordination, ability to move well, high agility is important for any active character. Are all these going to say, oh, these are important for any character? And it's just going to taunt me with the fact I can't have everything. Action points, armor class, sequence, i.e. turn, because of course this game is all turn-based, and many more skills. That seems important, especially as action points. Obviously, there can't be any manual aiming in this game, because it's all going to be done with action points. Therefore, I guess we have to say agility goes up a fair bit as well. So that gets me up to each point is... okay. So each... Well, what is it? Each 3 points is changing the number of... Yeah, just get my action points up to 9. That's probably a good idea. If I was to lower... If I was just like to lower this, what if I get that up to 10? That gets me... Ooh, 10 agility gets me up to 10 action points. Let's start that off at 9, just into 9 at 8. Okay, that's probably a decent starting point. Now, luck. Luck was also really damn good in Fallout 4. Not when it was pretty good in Fallout 3, but it was way more important in Fallout 4. Extremely high, low luck will affect the character. Somehow, events and situations will be changed by how lucky or unlucky your character is. Okay, what if I put that up? Okay, it is affecting critical chance, and it's also affecting... Oh, gambling. That doesn't seem as important, to be honest. If I put an extra 3 points, that's only an extra 3% critical chance. But then, equally... 5 up to 8 is like, you know, not too far off doubling, which is quite significant. Okay, is charisma still utterly garbage? That's the important thing. Combination of appearance and charm. High charisma is important for characters that want to influence people with words. Modifies NPC reactions and barter prices. That doesn't... I like talking... I like speech checking in these games. I like going for the passivist options if they're available, but you always used to be able to do that with... Yeah, speech is still a skill. If I lower that, presumably that's going to make a big... Oh, doesn't impact speech by 2% to go. Right, let's start off... Let's start off that... and it also affects barter. Maybe 3. Yeah, the thing is, I don't want endurance to go down, because back in these days, yeah, games were notoriously difficult and brutal, so having a good number of hit points seems like a good idea. But having, yeah, perception... is good, because perception will then presumably be like chance hit in VATs, and VATs, or just general kind of like percentages, is going to be how literally everything is calculated. Modify sequence and ranged combat. Doesn't impact chance to hit of melee weapons. But ranged combat, i.e. guns, guns have always been kind of important for Fallout. Maybe we should just... Oh! Sequence is being massively impacted. Like, this was supposed to be good for sequence... But sequence is being way more massively impacted by perception. And that's, yeah, my order of... Ooh. That's impacting relatively few skills. And it's also... As I say, it's not impacting explosives. That's because explosives isn't a skill anymore. Or isn't back then, anyway. I guess that kind of goes down into, like... Big guns? Energy weapons? No. It's not... Oh, throwing! But the thing is, does that affect the damage of grenades, or grenades a fixed amount of... You know what? I don't know, and I'm not going to figure it out from here, so maybe don't worry about that just now. I see. I'm thinking high perception's got to be a good thing, because, yes, sequence determines how soon in combat your character takes their turn. Higher is better. With a high enough sequence, you can effectively ambush your opponents, getting 2 turns in a row. Now, in a turn-based game, that's got to be pretty bloody important, but am I willing to sacrifice a point of endurance... Alternatively, I could take 1 point out and put it into luck, because critical chance seems pretty bloody good as well. Yeah, chance to cause critical hit in combat is equal to this amount. Critical hits always cause more damage, can also blind, cripple. But I can't count on that. At 5 or 6%, I still can't count on it. Yeah, you know what? I've never really built a high perception character in a Fallout game before, but I would guess in the game where literally everything is decided by turn order and chance to hit, it's probably a good idea. Right, over to the optional traits. So fast metabolism, +2 to healing rate, but poison resistance and radiation resistance start at 8%. So healing rate is if I just wait, I get hit points back. Maybe not sure. A little bit slower, but a little bigger. You may not hit often, but you'll feel it when you do +2 strength, -2 action points. No. No, I can't think ever giving up action points is going to be a good idea. Small frame, +1 agility would be lovely, but ooh, I'd be giving up 30 points of carry weight. No, I can't. I can't give up like 30 points of carry weight because it's, yeah, 10 times strength. So I'm at 100. I'd be giving it 30% of my entire capacity. No, can't do that. One-handed specialization and chance to hit with one-handed weapons, but massive reduction chance to hit with two-handed. No, because I may need to use two-handed later. I feel like one-handed's probably good at the beginning of the game, but generally by the end of a Fallout game, you're relying on your two-handed rifles, so no, can't have that. Ooh, blimey, the optional traits these days were brutal, weren't they? Like, the benefits probably aren't worth the penalty. 30% less damage, under all circumstances, plus 10% critical hit chance. No. No, I can't. But then, oh, hang on. Do the maths here. So, in general, you're doing 30% less damage, but if you were going for a high luck build, you get 10% critical chance, up to 20% critical chance. So 20% of the time, you'd be doing double damage. So on average, you'd be doing 120% damage. But then you have to take off 30... No! Unless you're actually just, like, more lucky than the probability suggests, you'd lose out there, right? Because you'd end up with, on average, less... No, I think the maths doesn't stack up there. Kamikaze is sort of interesting. In fact, I'm suspicious of it. +5 sequence, but armor class is 0 unless wearing armor. Well, surely I'm just going to be wearing armor all the time, right? I mean, that's just what I'm going to be doing, but, ooh, I don't know. By some strange twist of fate, people around you seem to die very violently. You always see the very worst way a person can die. You never saw such violence in Vault Life, so this may have unforeseen effects on your future actions. Maybe, if there's nothing better. Jinxed mayhem seems to follow you everywhere. Critical failures have a chance of being upgraded to critical failure. Critical misses, things blow... No, I don't want things to blow up in my face. Okay, the old classic good nature. When I say the old classic, this is the old classic, John. Just get it straight in your head here. So, this one I've always liked. In New Vegas, I always flipping take this. Because things like First Aid, Doctor, Speech, and Barter, you're pretty much always going to be using to some extent. Whereas weapons, you're probably just going to be picking like a few that you specialise in, like 1 or 2. So you're probably benefiting there, especially as it's plus 15% but only minus 10. If I do that, am I allowed to... Yeah, if I take that one... That is, yeah, unarmed 60%, but, and energy weapons and big guns go way, way, way down, fine. Small guns is, but I could just boost that later, and it's almost certain, I think it's worth it just for, yeah, I'm going to take good-natured. I've always trusted good-natured in the past, it's fine. Plus 10% to all skills and plus 5 skill points per level, but perks only every 4th level, normally is every 3rd. Oh. So I'd get 33% less perks, but 10% up in everything and 5 extra skill points. That feels worth it. That's just a big... Oh, and it's 10 percentage points. Not 10%, plus 10 percentage points. That's a massive increase. The alternative is Kamikaze, which I am rather liking the sound of. Because, yeah, armor class is 0 unless wearing... armor. What exactly is armor class? I'm not sure I understand armor class. Yes. Modifies the chance to successfully hit your character during ranged or melee combat. Higher is better. Oh. Right. So basically I have no intrinsic armor class at all is what that means. So I can give myself more, like, chance to dodge? I guess by wearing armor, but, no, it's too risky when I don't understand it. But skilled... Yeah, I'm going to go for skilled and good-natured. I feel like that's probably good enough. Probably. This is probably a terrible build. I apologise if you understand the original Fallout very well. And then just 3 skills to tag. Small guns has always been a reliable friend to me in the past, because, yeah, pistols and rifles just seem to stay useful throughout the game. So, we should definitely go for small guns. These 2 we can leave for now. They're rarely used and generally don't come up till the late game, so that's fine. So what's the difference between First Aid and Doctor? General healing skill used to heal small cuts, abrasions, and other minor ills. Game terms, the use of First Aid can heal more hit points over time than just rest. Okay, so basically just restoring my health over time. Got it. Or Doctor, healing of major wounds and crippled limbs. Without this skill, it will take a much longer period of time to restore crippled limbs to use. Ooh. This feels pretty good already, so maybe don't need to tag it. Maybe come back to that one. Sneak, not sure how stealth works in this game, so maybe... Lockpick. Lockpick's always been useful. Lockpick is always... Ooh, use of lockpicks or electronic lockpicks. Okay, oh, is hacking not a thing anymore? Is... Yeah, okay, well, science still says computers, but it does say electronic locks. You know what? Go for lockpicking, sure. Setting explosives for demolition purposes and also just blowing people's legs off purposes, presumably. Right, low. But also finding traps. But I seem to have, like, an okay base level. That seems a little bit too situational. Science, I'm not sure what science even does. Because it feels like lockpicking may cover some form of electronic kind of hacking. So, maybe? You know, let's see if I can pull it off. Because I'm not sure what the calculation for speech is. But it's just saying base 25% plus 2 times charisma. So it's not like charisma's a really important multiplier like it is in Fallout 3. Yeah. Small guns, lockpick, speech. Those have always worked for me in the past. Hopefully this is all gonna be fine, right?
War. War never changes. The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shaped a battered Germany into an economic superpower. But war never changes. In the 21st century, war was still waged over the resources that could be acquired. Only this time, the spoils of war were also its weapons: petroleum and uranium. For these resources, China would invade Alaska, the US would annex Canada, and the European Commonwealth would dissolve into quarreling, bickering nation-states bent on controlling the last remaining resources on Earth. In 2077, the storm of World War had come again. In 2 brief hours, most of the planet was reduced to cinders. And from the ashes of nuclear devastation, a new civilization would struggle to arise. A few were able to reach the relative safety of the large underground vaults. Your family was part of that group that entered Vault 13. Imprisoned safely behind the large vault door, under a mountain of stone, a generation has lived without knowledge of the outside world. Life in the vault is about to change.
Ah, you're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe, okay?
I do like how this vault appears to have almost like an airlock style system. That's actually a kind of interesting and sensible idea that didn't really show up again in future Fallouts, but it probably kind of should have done. And here we are. I think you can see the advantage now of the beautiful wide screeniness that we've got going on here. Yes, this is much nicer. The 1080p version is arguably, a little bit better still. It's a lot more crisp, but we do have the problem of... Stay away, alright? We'll get to you in a flipping second. There we go. That is a bit more crisp, but the downside is, the text down here is just ridiculously small. Like, I find it hard to read when I've got it full screen, so anyone watching on YouTube who doesn't full screen it, and also with YouTube compression, it might just be completely unreadable. So this is probably for the best. So, welcome to the original Fallout. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm sure it'll be fine. The system is a little bit interesting. You can see the world is on hexes that aren't really kind of visible unless you kind of hover over them. You have a cursor. You change what the cursor does by right-clicking. So right now, I've got my move cursor. So I'm just moving around. I'm not in combat, so therefore I can basically just move around. I've also got sprint set to always on. I think that's added by this mod. Like in Fallout, normally you have to like hold down shift to run, normally just walk. But like... there's no point of really walking versus running, so I've just got it always on, and that's 100% fine. If I want to change what the cursor does, I right-click. So now it's gone into looking at things, so I just kind of hover over things, and it tells me what I'm seeing. So if I actually want to kind of, get a better view of things, I can actually examine things. So I see the Vault 13 outer door, but if I click on it, this large door is the link between the vault and the outside world. It is too large to open manually. Use the entry terminal. So I have a look at the entry terminal. I see the door entry computer. You use the door computer. The computer does not accept your access code. Oh dear, I seem to have been locked out of my own vault. Okay, you said be safe. What if I need to, like, come back in, or if I've forgotten something or something like that? Bloody hell, Overseer. Never trust the bloody Overseers. We've also got a skeleton in. That's got a hand symbol. So if I hover over this, I can just look at it. But if I hover over this, I can actually interact with it because I've got the hand symbol. So now I can interact with the skeleton. So he's got some stuff on him. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. I'll have your stuff off you, please. Same rules apply in here. So if I want to know what I'm looking at, just right-click to go into examine mode. And I can know I'm looking at 10mm... AP presumably armor piercing, and 1 knife. Meanwhile, I've got stuff on my side as well, so I've got myself some mentats and some lock picks. I've got myself a flare, some stim packs, some other sorts of 10mm ammo, and a 10mm pistol, and am I seriously already up to 90% of my carry capacity? I may possibly have taken too little strength. Oh, good! I'm really bloody relieved that that is counting down the amount of carry capacity I've got left, not telling me how much I'm carrying. Otherwise, I'm carrying the world's heaviest gun. Yes, I should have been suspicious that this gun weighed like, 85 pounds on its own. That would have been a little bit harsh yet. Good, I've got another 88 pounds left, not I'm already carrying 88. That's very, very relieving indeed. Now, next thing we've got to do is we've actually got to set some equipment. So go over to inventory. Right now, I'm wearing literally no armor whatsoever. And I don't have any armor because apparently the Vault Suit just doesn't count. It doesn't give me any benefit whatsoever. So now I've got to go setting my items as things. If I want to, in this screen, I can actually get a bit more information about all the things by kind of right-clicking and then clicking on them. So my 10mm pistol is a Colt 6520 10mm auto-loading pistol. Each pull of the trigger will automatically reload the firearm until the magazine is empty. Single shot only, using the powerful 10mm round. Minimum strength 3, has 12 out of 12 shots of 10mm JHP, weighs 4 pounds. Lovely. So let's have that as... No, I don't need to do that. Let's come out of that screen. Instead, let's just pull over to there. And also, I've got myself, this knife. A knife as a secondary weapon. So now I can change between those two. Like, I know the basics in theory. What I'm telling you right now is basically the theory that I understand. Oh dear, this is going to be good. Now, let's look at my 2 types of ammo here. What are my 2 types of ammo? So this is Jacketed Hollow Point, weighs 1 pound. And this is Armor Piercing, weighs 1 pound. Okay, so we don't get the calculations for how that's done. But basically, probably, if Fallout logic's held true into, like, New Vegas, this is better at, like, animals and stuff. And this will be better versus, like, raiders and stuff. And one thing I don't know for certain, but appears to be the case, is, your starting infantry seems to depend on your character. So I've got lockpicks. And when I actually started this game, just to check it actually ran smoothly and ran well, I just kind of started with a default character who didn't have lockpicking. I didn't have lockpicks. I had like, I think I had like a knuckle duster or something instead. So as a result, clearly your starting inventory changes. So what are flares for? What are they actually for? Creates light for a short period of time. Papers a little worn, otherwise in good condition. Twist the top to activate it. I don't know what that's for. And as you can see there, I've got my gun out as my first thing. Click on that, and we actually go into trying to murder things mode. So let's not worry about that for now. I've also kind of accidentally put myself into combat there. I don't want to be in combat. Just move away from combat, please. Move away from combat, you. Can I end the combat? Okay, good. So I've ended combat because nothing had actually seen me. So yes, there's the third thing I can do with my right click. So my right click goes between I move over here, and that tells me how many action points it's going to take me to move, because now I'm actually in combat. Immediately it kicks into turn-based mode. So it's telling me how many action points I need, presumably. Let's just double check that actually, because I don't know for certain. I'm just guessing here. Yes, I was indeed correct. Marvellous. I can still look at things, and so, figure out like how healthy something is, or if I can identify its weaknesses or whatever. But when I'm in this mode, I can also go into VATSI aiming mode, albeit only 15% chance to hit, and minus 9%. Probably don't take a minus 9% shot, really. But instead I could change over to my other weapon. Do I get to do that for free, or is that... Yeah, okay, you get to do that for free. But if you actually want to go into your inventory, I know that uses up quite a significant amount of action points, which I always liked, and I thought that should have come back in Fallout 4 Survive mode, how, like, when you're in combat, if you want to go actually into your Pip-Boy, it shouldn't freeze time, there should be some other penalty, like, you should only have what's actually set on your shortcuts during combat itself, but never mind, whatever. Anyway, end the combat, we don't need to do much in the way of combats now. Let's instead go over to my other weapon. So yeah, I can switch between the weapons I've got set as my 2, so basically I can just hotkey 2 weapons, and go into my inventory freely outside of combat, but it costs action points within combat. And we've also got a map and a scanner. Do I have a scanner? Motion sensor not found. Fine, I might have a scanner later. I've got my character if I want to have a look-see at them. Fine. and a rather primitive Pip-Boy as well, without much in it. It's very simple next to the Pip-Boy of Fallout 3, but never mind. Now, let's get into some actual combat here. I've got a gun, I've got plenty of ammo for now. Let's go and find ourselves a mouse and murder the bastard. So over here, just move a little bit closer. Ideally let it see me, or sneak up on it so I can just get the first hit in. And as soon as I get close enough and it sees me, combat will automatically begin, which I'll hear because I'll hear the little zhur noise, which more modern Fallout players will probably recognise as, yep, here it comes, is the noise that you go when you go into VAT. But in this game, it's just the noise of combat beginning full stop. Now, the mouse has used up its turn walking over to me. So that means as a result, I can either try and move away from the mouse, or I can look at the mouse. Sure, can I do that for free? Let's see if that actually has a cost. She looks unhurt, fine, but I don't get any real information there. So instead, let's go over to combat mode. So right now, for action point 5, I could fire a single shot. Or for action point 6, I could actually do my VAT shot. So then, if I go into here, this is 95% chance to hit. Oh, glad I invested in that there perception. So now I can go into VAT and actually kind of make a targeted shot. Can I actually see why I'd go for particular things? Like, I assume this is like, you know, crippling legs in order to slow them down. Crippling eyes blinds them, so perception goes down. Like, I think I saw blind being listed as a condition I can suffer from as well. Groin. Not sure why I'd go for the groin, but I'm going to because it sounds hilarious. Yes, go for the groin shot. And there we are, shot to the groin. Cave Rat was hit in the groin for 10 hit points and was killed. Marvellous. Now, is anything else going to come to me right now? Or, if I just back off, if I just come over here? Yep, so combat automatically ends because I'm out of combat because nothing's attacking me and I'm not attacking anything. Marvellous. And for that, I just gained some XP. Can I see how many XP I need for my next level? Next level, 1,000. Okay, we're quite a few rats away. Now, probably what I want to do if I can is go over to the knife, because I don't really want to be having to use my gun unless I really have to. So let's go over here and see how good I am with the knife. Ah, something's seen me, come over to me, and probably has used up, yeah, it's used up its action points attacking me. So now, 3 action points for a swing. That's probably sensible. So let's just attack this. 54% chance to hit. Ah. Because I never really specialised in this. Fine, let's see how much damage it does. And, did we get it? Is it dead? Yes, indeed, it was killed. Fine, so I probably just want to use my knife, to be honest, because these are just basic crappy rats. So let's go over here and see what else we can find. So, now, can we just end the combat? Yes, we can. Marvellous. Go over here. Keep heading in this direction. And, yep, we found another rad rat. Oh, it just says rat, actually. No, it says cave rat, specifically. Is it a rad rat? I don't know. Let's just take a few swing sticks, because I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, at 50-50 chance, I've got a good chance of finishing these guys off. Let's just finish all these guys off, because I just want to check how, like, strong I am and how much damage I take. So, a bit further forward. Over here. Over. Can I just end this combat, by the way? Yes, I can, because nothing's seen me. So that's probably what I want to do, because then I get my full action point contingent back. And, ooh, I just play with a knife. Ah, that rat saw me, though. You come over here, I'll just knife you in the face, and we'll get some good XP. We can actually be much the way to the next level before we even leave the cave. So keep swinging at that. I missed, fine. And I was critically hit for 1 point, seriously wounding the rat and knocking it around. Oh, this is a tougher rat. For some reason, this rat is way tougher than that rat over there. Just keep attacking it. There we go. That was hit for 4 points and was killed. Okay, not sure what the damage calculation is, but some of these rats aren't necessarily to be underestimated. Can I end the combat, or is anything? No, nothing's coming for me. Right, take a few steps forward. Let this rat, come on rat, come on over here, there you come. So when it's melee enemies, you kind of want them to see you, and then they use up their first turn running over to you. Then you as a result get your attacking, because they got the first attack because they began the combat. But as a result, you then get your attack second, but then afterwards you get your attack again. Just stop missing. So I missed 3 times in a row, but now it's the next turn, but it's my turn again. There we go. So, I've already got some tactics. I've been playing this game for 5 minutes in my life, and I've actually got some tactics now. So, yeah, if it's a melee enemy, let it see you. Then if you've got high sequence, you effectively get 2 attacks in a row. That's useful. Anything good actually here? Nope, doesn't appear to be the case. Now, can I actually loot the corpses for anything? Like, yes. Yes, I can. You don't actually have anything on you. Darn it, why aren't you carrying money, damn it? Right, loot all these corpses. I'm kind of expecting meat. I've been playing too much Fallout 4 Survive mode. I'm expecting meat on all these corpses. Then I can just go and cook it. But no, tragically not. Okay, can't help but notice that I've got a speak to cave rat option here. I feel like my character's already going completely mad, but let's give it a go. Nope, it didn't work out. The rat didn't want to speak. Clearly, I'm utterly mad. I mean, I've got to feel like using the knife on these things is the best thing to do, just because I don't want to waste all my ammo on these guys. And I get like, yeah, if they see me, then I get like 6 attacks in a row. So always remember to end the combat to reset the action point, go over to a rat, upset it, and I can just sneak behind it. You know what? Oh, that didn't work out. I were hit for... Oh, they did more damage to me than I did to them. Bloody hell. Right, I can see the exit is over there, but I don't want to do that. No, I want to... Ooh, the skeleton's over here. Yeah, I see... Skeletons, bones. Bones over here were good. Let's go clear out these bones while I'm here. Right, I can probably avoid some of these rats, to be honest. I don't need to take on all of them. Let's go over here. There we are. You can come over to me, then I can just stab you a bit. And can I end the combat? Yes, I can, because you haven't seen me. Right, let's just head over here. Fine, so enemies have relatively kind of limited vision. Just come over here. Where? Oh, I can see you over there. Just round here. Keep your distance. Keep your distance over here. Hello. You. See me. See me. See me, Mr. Rat. There you go. Now he's seen me. Right, and also just go into aggressive mode, because that lets me actually see enemies that are hidden, because I can see them if they're hidden behind walls because of that there. So probably at this point what I want to do is probably just head over like here, and then, ooh, 10 times still in combat. End the combat. There we go. New turn, nice. Right, now we just head up here, clear out these guys, and we'll have access to the bones. Lovely. I've got this set to normal difficulty, by the way. Everything is just squeaked. Yeah, everything here is set to normal difficulty. Why am I missing so much? Take one more. Just hit the rat. There you go. I'm victorious in combat. Victorious may be the wrong term. I feel like victorious may be kind of over-egging it a bit. Also, I quite like having 9 action points and this knife, because this knife, therefore, means I basically get 3 swings per turn. So if they attack first, I actually get 6 swings in, which works pretty nicely, even with the kind of 50-50 chance to hit. Right, go over here. Let's examine these bones here. And you think they're the bones of an animal. And gosh darn it, these were troll bones. I'm so angry about that, I'm going to murder all the rest of the rats, even the ones I didn't really even need to murder, because would you believe knives don't have ammo? I think there's just 1 rat left, in fact. Yep, there it is. I think it's coming to me right now. I've just left a massive pile of dead rats here. So I may not have solved the water crisis yet, but guys, if you just want to open up the door, I've pretty much provided a hell of a lot of good quality meat for you. Right, I think that's literally every rat dead. That means I can probably head out of here. And yep, I can just sprint over. You move around pretty quickly, which is quite nice. I think possibly it looked a bit slower when the screen was smaller. When you've kind of stretched out to a wider screen resolution, the sprinting seems pretty bloody fast. That's nice. Anyway, that is now... How much flipping XP did I get for all of that? Ooh, I'm already halfway to my next level. Lovely. Right, done with that. Out we go. And for the first time in my life, I am looking at the outside world. Ooh... And suddenly we've got ourselves a map. Now, we know where we're supposed to be going here. It was indicated to us there's a vault over there. So I need to go and see that vault. There's nothing to stop me just basically going any direction I want, but that's probably a terrible idea. Like Fallout 3, just wandering in a random direction. Bad idea, you will get murdered. So what I need to do now is simply head over in this sort of a direction. So let's head over here. And I'll kind of run into like random encounters effectively. So you need to pretty much head straight over towards Vault 15. Well, presumably anyway. Just move from square to square. And nothing yet. Keep on going. Eventually I'll probably run into something. And yes indeed, so time is still while I'm kind of just holding still in an area. When I start moving, time passes. So that's what the time limit's for. Because this game has an actual proper time limit. When it says like 150 days remaining, it means it. That will actually have a proper countdown. If I don't figure out this mystery, and by the way, I don't know the solution. I genuinely don't know. I assume maybe there is a water chip in Vault 15. I've no bloody clue. If there's not, I don't know where it is. Genuinely don't know. Like, I've kind of, like, absorbed by osmosis some information about this game. Like, I'm conceptually aware of, like, the name of the end boss and roughly what he looks like, but I don't know, like, who he is or what his story is or how to defeat him or anything like that. I know this game like I know Game of Thrones, which is, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but just I absorbed bits of it off Twitter pretty much. That's pretty much it, in fact. Right, keep going and... Hello? I've got a thing here. Go to thing. What's thing? Unknown. Visit that. And oh, it's Shady Sands. Oh, kill them all before they become the NCR and invade New Vegas. Right, let's see what we've got going on here. Right, weapons away. It's a nice town. Weapons can go away here. No, don't get out a gun. That looks even more threatening. There we are. Nice and peaceful. Lovely. Let's see what we've got going on here. So I see Seth. I see Katerina. She has a very pretty smile. Oh, John, get in there. And I also see... Oh, a dog. I want to go and pet him. Right, let's... There's also just a child that's... Should we be worried about the fact that one of your children has just run off into the wild screaming? Is that a concern? No, you know what? Never mind. I'm sure it's fine. Let's speak to Katerina, because she has a very pretty smile. Hello, Katerina. In we go. Welcome to Shady Sands, traveller. My name is Katrina. My job is to greet strangers and help them understand our village. We find that there are fewer problems if you listen to what I have to say. So this is how we handle dialogue. I could ask her to tell me about, I could barter. I don't need to barter, you're not a shop, it's fine. Or there's a review button. What's the review button? Ah, that's just stuff that has been said previously. I want to go back and check it. Fine. So, tell me about yourself, Katrina. My life was very boring. I was raised in a vault. I lived there for many years. Unfortunately, we were crowded and life was very bad. There was a schism and many people left, taking with them the best equipment. Still, some of us tried to stay in the vault, but then we were attacked. I was hurt and I ended up here. Now I try to help people. Okay. Which vault? Is this Vault 15? Okay, it was Vault 15. Due east of here, we tried to make contact with some other vaults. We always failed. I think it was raiders who attacked my fellow dwellers. Be careful. Got it. Now, yeah. What can I do if I get hurt? Where do I get better equipment? Just give me the basics about how towns work in this game. So if I get hurt, what do I do? Well, if you can't get to a doctor, you need to heal yourself. Stim packs are a common healing item. Use them on yourself to heal minor wounds. First aid is a slow method, but it's always available. And if you break your leg, you'll need to use your doctor skill. Got it. Okay, fine. How about better equipment? Do you have a shop here by any chance? You'll have to do what we do, scavenge it or trade for it. If you're attacked, your foes might provide equipment if you live long enough to loot the corpses. We're a peaceful community, so we mostly barter or trade for the items that we cannot produce. You're standing in Shady Sands. We are but a small town in a large world. We just want to be left alone. Oh, you say that now. I see what you're going to do to the flipping Mojave. Give it time, damn it. Besides some mutated animals and other creatures of the desert, only the raiders give us trouble. Aradesh is our leader. He's in the large central house if you wish to speak with him. You know what? I probably do. But tell me about the entire rest of the world. Like, literally all of it. Ideally in like 40 words or less. I know very little of the outside world. I escaped from a vault when I was attacked. Unfortunately, I was very hurt and do not remember much of what happened. But Dharma was watching over me, and I was found by the people of Shady Sands. I live here now. Have you spoken with Ian yet? He's a merchant guard who was hurt. He's recovering in the guardhouse over there. She points to the east. He's more widely travelled than I. Okay, go and find an Ian chap. He might be able to tell me more about, like, interesting points of interest around here. That's all for now, thanks. Actually, can we barter? Yes, apparently literally anyone can just barter. Like, anyone's a shop if you want them to be. That's cool. What have you actually got on you, by the way? I need to know what this is. I see bottle caps, I see stim packs, and I see a bag. What does a bag do? I don't know what a bag does. An average-sized bag useful for holding things made from woven Brahmin has. Ooh. Does that actually increase my carry capacity? Because if it does, I want your bag. Can I have your bag? How much for that? 22... Ooh, dollars. It's really weird to see dollars being listed in Fallout. Well, it is caps. I mean, I can see it is still caps there. Yeah, this bag holds your bottle caps, the accepted monetary unit of the post-apocalyptic world, referred to by some as hub script or simply scripts. They're not referred to as that. Stop lying to me. And sometimes by the pre-war archaic term, a buck. Can we just say caps? I'm happy if we just say caps. Okay, how much for a flare? How much theoretically for a flare? Just one. How much for... Ooh. A flare is worth 35... I don't know what the flares do. You know what, I'm willing to trade you a flare for a bag, and also I'd like you to throw in some caps to make it a fair trade. So hang on, how much is 10 caps worth? Is 10 caps worth 10 bucks? Is that fair? Yeah. You know what, I would gladly pay, and I'll give you a good deal because I like you, because you've got a pretty smile, so, you know, maybe we'll seal the deal later. For your bag and for 10 caps, I'll give you a flare. Don't really know what that means. Okay, that's a good trade, and has she done it? Yes. Yes, she has. Now, I really hope my carry capacity's gone up, otherwise I'm going to feel really embarrassed about this. I like the fact I can just barter with anyone, though. That's kind of cool. And also, ask about what? Going on a date. Can you tell me about that? No, sadly, she's not interested. By any chance, do you know anything about Vault 13? I'm going to ask her about Vault 13. And I wish could help, I've never heard of that. Okay, anything more you can tell me about Vault 15? Doesn't ring a bell. You come from there! Tell me about Shady Sands. Are you sure you didn't just admit... Okay, you know what? I think Katrina's not exactly got all her light bulbs in a row right now. Yeah, could you let me know in the comments how the ask about function works? Because I just asked her about Shady Sands, and she doesn't seem to have heard of the village she's actually standing in right now. So maybe we don't use that option for a minute. Oh good, the screaming mad kid who just went running off into the wasteland's back. Well, that's probably good. Meanwhile, on the other side of the gate, Seth, who interestingly I haven't actually walked over to. I'm just literally kind of yelling at him, standing next to Katrina. I don't want to leave Katrina, she's got a pretty smile. I'm just yelling at Seth on the other side of the gate. So, he's a bit more interesting. He's saying, yeah, good irrigation system, we can grow our own food. If we weren't plagued with raiders and rad scorpions, we would have no problems. Tell me about these problems, I suspect I need to go and solve them both for you, then you'll like me. So tell me about the rad scorpions. Damn rad scorpions have been after our Brahmin since we moved here. Not a week goes by that someone doesn't get poisoned trying to keep them out of the pens. Last week they took my... Wait, hang on. They took your brother? How intelligent are these scorpions? So Razlo, our doctor, is looking for an antidote as quickly as he can. Hey, if you have the means to help us, why don't you talk to our leader, Aradash? Okay, so you're not going to give me a quest, you're just going to point me in the right direction. Fine. And, oh no, I can't just go to the rad scorpion. Well, don't go straight there. I should probably, go and check out a shop and barter and get some, armour before we do that, thanks. Meanwhile, tell me about those raiders you mentioned. So, there are several groups of raiders. I organised guards like Ian to help fight them off. There's one band to the southeast of here. Watch out for them. I want to know about this place, Tim, to the rad scorpion. Okay, so you presumably just put that on my map, right? Now, let's just check if that's now appeared on my map. Now he's told me about all of this. Can I actually figure out what's going on here? So, over onto the brown. There we are. So now I know where some raiders are down there. So if I want to go and check out some raiders, I can do. But don't do that. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's instead just go over to Shady Sands. Ooh. And they've got some rather pretty artwork. I approve of that. And Vault 15. Oh, that's cool. You've actually got little things like, ooh, this is cute. And apparently obviously I know all about my actual flipping kind of vault that I grew up in, which is kind of nice. But presumably I can't. Wait, what? No, wait, what am I doing? Am I just travelling? I don't want to go back home. The door was locked. They locked me out. Don't even try it, John. Oh, apparently I'm allowed to come back here. Well, I don't want to just yet. I was having a lovely time in Shady Sands. Hang on, reload that last save file. But okay, fine. Now I know I can actually come back to the vault anytime I want to, which is probably useful. But let's actually, get to know the people of Shady Sands first. Also, it's very high tech, isn't it? It's nice to see a working vault for once. Looks like it's kind of the most working vault of all time. Every vault after this was a total flipping bust. Also, can I hug the dog, please? Yes, I would like to give the dog a hug. Woof, woof. Oh, I like the dog already. Give this dog a hug as well. Nice to see you. I thought the dog said nice to see you. That's blimey. Radiation's done a number on them. No, it was you. And what's one of these, by the way? I see a pillar. Look at that. This pillar is the showpiece of the Shady Sands Square. It tells stories to remind the people of hope and peace. Yeah, like the hope and peace you're going to bring to the people of the Mojave, you dicks. Right. Let's head inside here and see what we've got going on now. A guardhouse to the east was mentioned. That'll be this. Fine. So we'll come and speak to Ian later. Let's first just kind of explore the rest of the town. I like the fact there's no load zones. Just literally step inside where I want to go. That's nice. So in here we've got ourselves just, nice little thing. Someone's house. Someone's bed. A tattered bed. A bookshelf. Let's have a little look see at the bookshelf here. This is probably stealing, isn't it? You search the bookshelf, and I could have myself a scout handbook. Ooh. That seems useful. Is this technically stealing? Okay, and if I want more details, all I need to do is go over to my scanner mode, then hold down left click, and then release, and I get a kind of more detailed information. A book on the methods and ideals of scouting. Very practical information regarding outdoor life. I'm just going to have that. Can I? No. Just have that, please. Can I have that? Okay, I've had that. Because if that's actually a proper skill book, I'd therefore like to read that. And hopefully no one saw that, right? Now, can I just use that on myself? No. I'm not sure whether this is actually useful. From the descriptive text, it seems like it ought to be useful. This feels like a proto-skill book. But I don't see how to actually, use it or read it or anything. Let me know in the comments below whether that's just dead weight I should get rid of. If actually there's some way I can actually, read that to get the goodness out of it. So I need to figure out how to absorb the book. Do I, put it into a blender, then reduce it to, a sludge and then drink it or something? I'm not sure how you absorb books. And yeah, we have got ourselves not a massive town here, just like I'm guessing that's going to be Aradesh's big house over there. And then, mysteriously, is that a second half of the town over that side? Fine, we'll go over to that in a second. Just go over here. My character moves around at a fair pace, which is always welcome. Get in here we go. And I see, Razlo and Razlo's wife. Well, I think I've got pretty high intelligence, and I think I took... No, I didn't take science. Okay, I probably can't help, but I'd like to try at least. Let's speak to Razlo, see what we can learn about the rad scorpions here. So, Razlo, how can I help you? I need healing. Actually, I could do with a bit of healing. Do I need healing? Hang on, not right now. It was nice meeting you. Do I actually need healing, or is, have I healed over time just because I, travel? Because I think you've got a natural healing rate. Yeah, my hit points have gone back up to 26 out of 26 because I spent, like, a certain amount of time, like, travelling. I don't know how much time exactly, but a bit of time. So as a result, if I go into my Pip-Boy now, I've got 145. It took me 5 days to get here. Oh, bloody hell, time's going to go down quickly. Right, definitely don't just flipping travel back to the vault just to go and say hello then. Right, hello again, I'm just stopping by. Could I be useful to you in any particular way? It was nice to see you again, have a good day. No, he doesn't want to talk about the rad scorpion thing at all, he's just a doctor. Fine, so if I need healing or if I need poison healing, come and speak to him. So if I take on those rad scorpions and there's trouble, that's... The kids here just love running around screaming like idiots, don't they? There must be something in the bloody water. Hello, Raslow's wife. You look distraught. Are you in need of assistance? No, I'm fine. I'm not distraught. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I'm seeing the whole wide world. This is lovely. So, I see a bunch of generic guards, and you, yes, indeed, you are a short, stocky man. I'm guessing you're Ian, because you're dressed differently to everyone else, which probably means you're special. Right, let's get over here, then, and have a speak to you, because I can't speak to... Well, I can technically speak to these guys. It's just they don't do much other than... Thanks, bye. Yeah, why don't we see your kind very often? Aside from that I'm a Vault Dweller and they're fundamentally kind of, you know, rare. Should be pretty obvious, to be honest, John. Shady Sands don't need your kind from the hub or junk town or wherever you come from. We do pretty good by ourselves. Yeah, that's right, the hub or junk town. Did you put both of the things on my map by any bloody chance? Last trader from the hub sold us a malfunctioning irrigation pump. We've had it with your dirty deals. Well, it's not really that I'm not like that. It's actually that I'm like, you know, not from there. I'm not a trader. I'm not from the hub. You've got me all wrong, mate. Right, you're presumably Ian, right? Hello, stranger, you look like you're new here. What's your name? And I'm John. Let's be polite and friendly. This seems like a fairly nice town, all things considered. They've been lovely to me, and they claim to be peaceful, and they appear to be, as far as I can tell. Good to meet you. I'm Ian. So, what do you do here in? Well, we know he's a caravan guard, but let's get his take on it in case he has a different view of things. I was a guard for the merchants of the hub. However, I was shot during a raid by bandits. I've been staying here since the people have helped me recover. Still, my knowledge of the outside world and my experience make me useful here. Shady Sands is my home now. Occasionally, I even get to visit Junktown or the hub to do some trading, since I'm the only person here who's ever really left town. Okay, so you're kind of a recent resident, but you kind of still travel the world a little bit. That's interesting. Sorry to hear about your injury. Yeah, where's Hub and Junktown? Can you put them on my map, please? Hub is a big trading centre to the south of Shady Sands. It's run by several different caravan groups of merchants. The water merchants, the Crimson Caravan, they turn out to be dicks in the future as well. And we've also got the Fargo Traders. Never heard of you again. Oh, I suspect you're going to come to a bad end before the end of this game, because I've never bloody heard of you. Junktown's a little south and a ways west. It's smaller. It's still a good place to drop in for a drink. It's overseen by a fellow by the name of Killian Darkwater. Okay, if you flipping want to know whether a character's going to turn evil or not, if he's called Killian Darkwater, he's going to, alright? So, what else can you tell me? Anything of interest about anything or anyone around here? Ah, he's confirmed that there are 3 groups of raiders. Khans, Vipers and Jackals. Obviously, we've heard of all of them in the past, or rather in the future. They pretty much hate each other, but they all raid Shady Sands. Okay, tell me about the town. What's your view? Small but self-sufficient community. Only trouble here is bandits and rad scorpions. Fine. So we can probably go and take care of them in time. Ah, could you help me out a bit? Your experience would be useful. Are you my first companion? Tempting offer. Since this place gets boring, tell you what, standard rate's 100 caps and you've got a deal. Ooh. Don't actually have 100 caps. How about a piece of the action instead, Ian? Alright, I'll help you out in exchange for my share of loot. I don't know what that means. I may have just been ripped off. I'm not sure I approve of that. Okay, you actually my companion immediately. You earn 100 experience for convincing him to join your quest. Nice, I'm not sure if that was a function of speech or something. Are you coming? You actually plan to... Yes! Okay, I've got an Ian now. Let's have a look, see at him. Can I actually, like, you know, rob him and whatever? What can I do for you, John? You can leave now. Can you give me directions? Yeah, what weapons are you good with? I'm a good shot with just about any sort of pistol. I can use a submachine gun too. I know how to handle a knife. What if this guy has infinite ammo like companions do in future Fallout games, if I actually need to kind of keep him equipped and full up on ammo too? Never mind, Ian, let's leave you alone for now in that case, because I can't actually apparently access your inventory. Right, so I've picked up an Ian. Let's see what else we've got going on over here. Ah, and I've found the town toilet as well. Nice, I see toilet. A crude but effective toilet. There are some leaves dropped into the hole to manage the odour. Very good. Now, what's this green bit over here? I kind of want to see what's going on, because is there a second half of the town that's just hidden behind a loading zone over here or something? Yes, there is. This is the second half of the town. Got it. And this, in fact, is where they grow all of the crops. Nice. So they've got their own... Oh, this is nice. They've got their own well. They've got their own crops. They've got kind of like walls that are around the town. Yeah, you've got a nice setup here. Oh, and you've got Brahmin. I like the fact we've got Brahmin. Oh, you see Brahma. the plural would be Brahma if the singular was Brahmum, but it's not, it's Brahmin, so... Actually, I can't remember. I think actually in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, the plural of Brahmin is just Brahmin. People talk about the Brahmin. So, okay, back here, the plural of Brahmin was Brahma, which is odd, but okay. I want to go talk to the Brahmin. Go, talk to... Action aborted. I wanted to talk to the Brahmin, damn it. Talk to this one. And I've found a resident trader here. Yeah, let's speak to you. You've presumably got more interesting stuff on you. Now, what have you got that's good? You've got multiple knives, multiple... Ooh. Hoo-hoo, a knife, a spear, a sledgehammer. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Can we actually get, like, detailed information about this? So, minimum strength 2 for that. Minimum strength 4. I've got... Wait, am I 4 or 3? I can't... I think I'm 3, in fact, so never mind. He's also selling rocks. Is that really that useful? I feel like that's not necessarily that useful, to be honest. Rock. Granite ink model is an upgraded version of minimum strength 1. If I just want to bash people with a rock, marvellous. Do you sell anything other than just, like, rocks and garbage? He's also selling... I'm getting the feeling I was ripped off buying the bag off that woman, but you know what? She had a pretty smile, so whatever. So, first aid kit, that's probably useful. Yeah, let's have a look see at that. So, bandages, wraps, antiseptic spray and more. So, I imagine that's possibly for healing crippled things, but that's okay. A throwing knife. That's pretty damn badass. A multi-tool. And what is one of you when it's at home? Super tool set containing various useful tools and gadgets. Aspiring engineer or repairman should never leave home without it. You do have 3 of them, suggesting maybe it's, like, used for... something useful. Maybe I should buy one of those just to see. And also, oh, Scout Handbook. I've got one of those. You're selling it. Suggesting, yeah, how much does that actually cost? No, don't do that. How much does this cost? That costs... Blimey! Okay, so this is valuable, basically, and that is irradiated fruit. You know what? I'm good. I'm not in survival mode. I think we're fine. Depending on how much it costs, I will buy 1 multi-tool from you. Okay, I won't buy 1 multi-tool from you. Unless I can sell the... Ooh. Scout Handbook is $200. I tell you what, that's actually a pretty fair price. If he's selling them to me for $250 and he's buying them for $200, then yeah, the whole the ratio of what you buy for versus what you sell for at the beginning of the game is much more generous than it would become in future. So for once, an old school game is actually more generous than its future sequels. Let's leave that for now. I don't think we necessarily need any of this, like, urgently. I'll probably leave it be for the time being. And apparently I can go and do something with the well, and I'm so keen to do it. I'm just going to sprint over there, damn it. What am I doing with the well? I see the water supply to Shady Sands. This is too little water supply. Your fault. Ah! That's why I'm so keen on it. It's because I need to find a water supply. But that's not enough water that I could ever do a deal to kind of get it for myself. But I like that that's an option. So we've got ourselves a mutated cabbage, and this is presumably mutated maize over here. A plant, a mutated cornstalk. Seems to be thriving under these conditions. Well... You guys are doing really well. Little shack at the edge of town here. What's all of this? That is just a bowl, a rope. Where's that highlighted? Ian, would you object if I stole this? Because for some reason, unlike everything else, this is highlighted. Would you mind going away? Yeah, just go walk away. I think she's gone away. Okay. I see rope. And no one's shooting me. Okay, I don't know what that's for, but it was highlighted in purple, which probably means good. So, head up here. Let's just check out... Yeah, there's one final house, and then probably Aradesh, the mayor or whatever, in the main town. So, good day. Past all of you. Hello, what's all this? This is just another townhouse, right? And I think you are just all basic kids and whatever, so probably none of you want to really speak to me. And I see Aradesh wearing... looks like monk's robing. Interesting. I also see a busy cook and a peasant. Yeah, let's speak to Aradesh then. Hello!
Greetings. Your business in Shady Sands might be...
Oh, come on, be friendlier than that. I'm lovely. I'm from a small village west of here. That might be a nice way to put it, but no offense, they know what a vault is, because they know about Vault 15, so it's fine. What's it you? My reasons are mine to keep. I'm from a vault to the west. My people are dying of thirst. I need to find a water purifier chip for them to survive. Is there any particular reason not to be honest with him? Not really. This seems like a friendly, nice, open community. Let's be completely honest with him.
Wanderer, I shall believe you, for now. You may enter Shady Sands, but be warned, your every move will be watched.
Okay, can you answer some questions for me, please?
Certainly. What do you wish to know?
What can you tell me about other towns around here? Yeah, that's a good starting point. Put some more points of interest on my map.
Junktown lies south of here, though there is little in the way of visitation. From stories, I'm certain there are cities south of that.
You haven't heard of the hub? Because there's literally people in your town right now that are telling me about the hub.
Certainly. What do you wish to know?
What's going on around here then, Aradesh?
Oh my, yes. Great packs of rad scorpions are killing our herds. We don't know where they're from, and no matter how many we kill, there's always more.
Oh, go on then. Keep talking.
And now the monsters are attacking my people. Roslo is trying to find a cure for their poison, but I'm not sure how it goes.
You know what? I'm willing to just be nice to these people, so I've actually got a good starting point of friendship and whatever. I will help you get rid of these things.
Yes. Please, talk to Roslo. He possesses far more information on these creatures than I.
Okay, but what about, like, you know, the raiders? Do you want to tell me about that as well? No, he's not interested in talking about the raiders right now, but let's see if he's willing to barter. What do you have on you? You've got nothing but... oh, sadly, kind of your robe, whatever it is exactly. Yeah, you've got a knife, and you've got some money. Nothing major, I'll just leave that be. Right, so that's presumably opened up some new options with Raslo. Now I've actually been officially asked to help out with the Rad Scorpion problem. So in here we go. Hello there, Raslo. Speak to you. So, what do you know about the Rad Scorpions, Raslo? These seem to be extremely large versions of the North American Emperor Scorpion. Contrary to my medical knowledge, their poison has grown more potent, not diluted, as I would expect. Seth has been hunting them, which helps some of my tests. Okay, so potentially Seth might be able to help me. Okay. And how such a large creature can even possibly be natural evolution or even radiation-induced mutation is beyond me. You seem well educated. Yes, what are you doing? Actually, no. Let's stick to the scorpion questions for now. They seem to be sensitive to light and nocturnal. If I get a sample of their poison, especially the venom production site located in their tail, I could create an antivenom. Ah. So get that for him, and possibly I shouldn't have sold that flare earlier, because possibly they're going to be scared of the flares. Could be. And you seem to be well educated, my good man. What exactly are you doing here? Doc Morbid in Junktown. Again, okay? If you want to find a leader, someone who's called Killian Darkwater, not to be trusted. If you want a doctor, Dr. Morbid, not a good doctor. Doc Morbid in Junktown taught me some, and just because we live in stone huts does not mean we are less intelligent or educated. Have a nice day. Ooh, that was like, you know, that was a passive-aggressive British have a nice day. I think I just offended him. And appropriate enough, he's the doctor who's actually got stim packs on him if you want to trade. That's a cute touch. I also find it really surreal, by the way, that of course the same kind of soundtrack and noise in the background and kind of, you know, haunting music that is in... I'm pretty sure this is in both Fallout 3 and New Vegas is... You know, it was all the way back here. I never knew that, like, so much of the soundtrack of 3 in New Vegas, like, originated way back here. Like, I'd heard academically that some parts of New Vegas were from, like, Fallout 2, for example. I didn't know, like, way back here in Fallout 1, soundtracks were created that were still being used in the games, like, a decade later. That's amazing. Now, Seth, of course, we were told, knows more about the Scorpions, but presuming that just means he wants to take me to the caves. And even though I don't actually have any armour, or any improved weaponry or anything, because sadly the merchant did not actually have any flipping armour on it. I would totally have bought armour from him, but sadly he did not. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be enough for now. This is the beginning of our adventure. And I'm going to say, like, after like a brief period of adjustment, the controls, like, they're very easy to actually get to grips with, which I was actually surprised by. I thought that actually, you know, this would be more of a barrier, but actually, I've been really enjoying myself. It's nice. It feels right now like it holds up pretty well. It's still a fun game to play. The script is nice. The voice acting is fine. Yeah, I'm actually really flipping looking forward to this, in fact. And I would say the adventure begins properly next week, ladies and gentlemen, as we shall go and hunt some rad scorpions, deal with some raiders, and then maybe head onwards to possibly Junktown, possibly Vault 15. We shall have to see. Vault 15 is probably a sensible place to start, though I suspect, as I've still got 145 days, and Vault 15 is like just round the corner, I suspect it's not going to be so easy as just going to Vault 15, finding the chip and taking it home. Though if that was all just kind of complete misdirection, that would be beautiful if that was actually the case. But I suspect it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that. So, the adventure continues. You just ran for a wall, small job. The adventure continues next week, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. And I hope you're as excited as I am to be joining me on this adventure through where it all began here in Fallout. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I want everyone to get into a single highly explodable thing, and then I want none of these 30 people to blow that thing up while everyone else is on it. Are there any planes here that aren't on fire or broken? No! I'm almost with you! Which has been going spectacularly well so far. Right, I'm going to... Oh! Oh no! You utter bastards!